guys, this is Dr Bhasha Mukherjee. Before we start the video, make sure you like, share, comment on this video and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all my social medias. You can search Dr Bhasha Mukherjee or it's at Bhasha Mukherjee. So, let's start. So today's topic is called follower FOMO. And I think you all know what I'm going to talk about, because I think we've all felt it at some point. Who else besides myself, because I know I do, attaches value to themselves based on their follower count, how many likes they're getting on a particular post, picture? Who else does this? Come on, put your hand up. I'll put my hand up first. Yes, I do it. And you know the irony is, when I had fewer followers, I didn't do it. When my follower count grew, this feeling grew, this follower FOMO that I call it. The way I see it, when I didn't have that many followers in the very beginning, I didn't care how many people liked, how many people commented, how many followers I had, and I actually hardly compared with my peers. That was not a thing that I used to do until my follower count started growing. And after that, and I know you guys probably do this as well, I would keep checking with my peers, that my competitions or whatever, how much theirs was. I'd feel good about it if my follower count or likes count was higher than theirs. And of course, it doesn't stop there. The problem is that it doesn't stop there because, my follower count grew. And yes, I had certain competitions at a certain point of my followers' journey. And over time, what happened is that I started sort of comparing with newer people who were my new competition. And this is just not just about followers or likes, it's in life in general. What happens is that we set ourselves a competition. Sometimes we supersede these individuals and we think we feel great about it. But what actually ends up happening is that now we are a bar higher, and now we have a different lot of people who are our competitions. And so the cycle starts again of comparing, competing, and attaching value to yourself, your actions and everything, and this paranoia, this FOMO, fear of missing out, based on a set of numbers. Just numbers. They don't mean anything. They don't know anything about you. And here's the thing. I will admit to this, and I will come forward and say that when my follower count was growing, I was very excited, of course. I was trying not to get excited about it because it had happened to me in the past where I'd gained a certain number of followers, and then actually over time I lost about a portion of those followers. And the thing is that I never thought, oh, well, actually, compared to where I started from, I'm still a lot higher. Maybe I've lost a few hundred followers, but I'm still higher than where I started. I never thought of it that way. I thought instead, as I was attaching value to myself and my actions on these numbers, these arbitrary figures, I started thinking, am I doing something wrong? I started having this paranoia about my posts on social media, that am I posting something that people are not liking? Is it this picture? Am I not pretty enough? And then you start comparing again, as I say, with your peers who do have higher numbers than yourself. And you think, oh, they must be doing that. I must be like that to be like that. And this is a cycle. It's a never-ending cycle. And I understood this because this was happening to me when I had a lot less followers and had that follower spike, let's say, from a specific post or whatever event that must have come about in my life. And it happened in the same pattern again when I had almost triple the amount of followers after a period of time. So this made me understand that this follower FOMO does not go away even if the number grows over time. Even if your number of likes grows over time, and you set yourself a goal and you reach that goal, it still doesn't go away, because you'll always find someone else who's going to have more than yourself, and you're always going to start comparing with that person. And this is what happens. You grow to this level, and then you have new level of competition around you, and then you want to set another goal and reach another goal. And the follower FOMO never goes away. The pattern of attaching value to yourself based on some arbitrary numbers, I saw the pattern that it was never going away. I continued to feel paranoid, continued to feel pressurized by these numbers, arbitrary numbers, and I was attaching value to myself based on if one post performed a little bit better, I would attach value to myself based on that. I would think maybe this is working, that's not working. That works to some degree when you're managing a business, but the large majority of us, we don't get paid for the number of followers, unless you are a celebrity like Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner, where they have the number of followers they have directly gets the money. Then it makes sense for you to really, really be pedantic about it. But even so, and this is the thing I want to talk about, that even when you are a Kim Kardashian or a Kylie Jenner, this is my theory, that it doesn't matter which point in your career or how far you get. The paranoia never goes away. The comparison never goes away. And the basis of these numbers, when you really break this down, that is the sad part of it. That actually, when your follower number grows, even when you're a celebrity or a high-profile figure, a large portion of your followers are actually fake profiles. They are robots who are trying to scam off your followers, and they are following you to basically use you and your followers as a business tool to gain something from it. Okay? So they're not even genuine people. They're just literally seeing a fish to catch, and they're holding on to you. So really, when you lose followers or you gain followers, if you really think about it, if some of those people are not even real, what is the point of you attaching value to yourself or a post or getting paranoid based off the numbers algorithm on your Instagram if so many of them are not even real and it's all a business? Right? So how do we tackle this? How do we tackle this follower FOMO? Right. I really thought about it, and I thought actually it is a difficult one. It's a difficult one for us all. Me at my level, you get praised to some extent for having a certain number of followers. You get certain perks for having a certain number of followers. And also you get shamed for not having a certain number of followers. Definitely, especially in this entertainment industry, that is definitely present, okay? People do look at your numbers and they do assess you and how good you are at all these things. Other people do it anyway. They do it anyway, and they subject us to it, and they make you feel good, great, or absolutely terrible based on the number of followers you have. I have been told this myself by people who are nobodies, okay? We need to not do this to ourselves, because that's the damage of it. It's been statistically proven and scientifically proven that social media is bringing on a new wave of mental health problems, and it's a very big cause of problems, mental health problems, especially during lockdown, because everybody is only stuck with social media. We don't have a life outside this at the moment. Okay, so I was really trying to think about a solution for follower FOMO and how do we tackle this. Just post a random picture that's not even a good picture, just to do this. And I'm not telling you to do this if you are genuinely managing an Instagram account or a social media account that is earning you money, or you have a certain aesthetic and things like that. I'm telling you, if you feel that your social media is taking over your life and your mental health and affecting you badly, I'm telling you this as a tip, so to speak. Post something that you feel good about. Not somebody else, not for anybody else. Post something for yourself, random. Post more than one thing, just for yourself. Do not look at the likes, do not look at anything else, just post it. 1, 2, 3 pictures. And do it as a sense of freedom. Just get it out there so you don't need to really think about it and have to think about what your caption you're going to write, what hashtags you're going to write underneath it. You're not doing it strategically. Basically, if you have to engage in social media, do it sometimes completely without that fear. That fear of what if someone doesn't like it. Do it for yourself. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, take some time off. Don't need to delete Instagram and Facebook because that's up to you. If you want to do that, that's fine. I have just gone weeks without posting sometimes. Just because. You can post your story if you really want to. Just don't post on anywhere else. And just see. Just see. You're not doing any action, so really no one has any reason to scrutinize or, dislike or like you because you're not putting anything out there. It's not really going to come in people's newsfeed. How are they going to actually physically remember to unfollow you based on that if you have no activity for a couple of days or weeks? And just see. And then you'll see the reality of social media, that the numbers are just arbitrary numbers. They're a business that others earn out of. They get something out of it by plugging adverts at you, by plugging, certain cookies and certain content around, kind of catered to you. I don't know. These are just some of the ways that I have felt helpful to deal with follower FOMO. It still exists in my life, and I'm trying to not get this feeling take over my life. I acknowledge it, that it's there, and I think this is helping me to talk about it, to admit it to myself that yes, I can be and have been a bit too focused on my numbers, and yes, that's affected my mental health. So yes, talk about it as well. That I think is a great way as well to deal with it. And if you guys have any other ideas of how you think people should deal with follower FOMO, then put it in the comments. Drop me some message on Instagram, social medias, and let's get talking about this. And let's stand in solidarity. The real people, the real followers. Thank you. See you later. Bye-bye, guys.